time to end the week in style. It is Scott time. And this time, he's going to be talking about the black Talon ammo that was banned. So he's gonna be looking at some seriously vicious ammunition. And I'm familiar with the black Talon ammunition. It's there's a reason why there's a reason why police officers carried black Talons in their off-duty weapons years ago, is because black Talons are definitely gonna fuck a person up. It's like think of like the gold. It's not like gold dot. It's think Hydroshock, but it basically flowers out with petals that tear through you. Which we'll see. This ammo was vicious, and I know a lot of cops carried it in their off-duty weapons because of how lethal it was.
This is lame. Wish this snow would go away so I can shoot my guns. Wait. Boy, that's a good boy.
He's got the dog.
That's a good boy.
He's got the dog.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics, and me and my 15-inch neck scar are experts when it comes to exotic ammunition.
Hi,
and today we have some famous ammo that was allegedly too lethal. I'm talking about Winchester Black Talon ammunition. So what are black Talons? Why is there so much lure around them, and why does everyone think they were banned? Black Talon ammunition was made by Winchester around 1990 and was originally made for law enforcement. They're called black Talons because they have a black oxide coating that makes them black. I believe it's called Lubilox. And when these things expand, they have distinct petals that fold over and make them look like talons.
Yep.
So in the early 1990s, the black Talon caught a really bad rap from the media and other sources. They said they were designed to rip flesh, that they were too sharp even for surgeons to touch, that they would cut their fingers and hands when removing them. And because they have a black tip, they said they were armor piercing, which made them especially dangerous to law enforcement.
Okay, I don't believe that black Talons were ever armor piercing. Because the petals would break off in Kevlar. If they actually struck Kevlar, the petals would probably just break off and stop. They would not. I don't think that they would actually penetrate body armor. So that's it's bullshit on the AP. But you know how the media loves to sensationalize. It's not like, I don't think it's not exactly frag ammo. Not exactly. It's, I mean, you're gonna see it. And that was the other part that I was gonna get to, is that surgeons are not gonna be removing anything with their fucking hands. So that was a blatant fucking lie. No surgeon is gonna be digging into a wound cavity with their fucking thingies to try and pull out a round. They will use surgical utensils. They will use like a clamp, or they will use, forceps or something, or tweezers to remove, fragments from a round. But it's the media. It's, this is back in, the late 90s, maybe early 2000s, depending how long the stories ran. And of course, the media loves to sensationalize. Of course, they love to sensationalize. So they sensationalized the fuck out of it and flat out fucking lied about it.
So today I have the majority of the black Talon calibers that were offered in the 90s. We have 9mm, we have 40 Smith & Wesson 10mm, 45, 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum, and 30-06. I know there were a few others offered, but we have a pretty good chunk of them today, and we're gonna test them against ballistic gel and body armor and see how much of the lore around this ammunition was fact and how much of it was baloney. I'm very excited about today's video, so let's go get set up and get started. The only thing I hate more than cold
And-
temperatures and ice is spam. But thankfully, there's companies out there like today's sponsor, Aura. Here this guy lies, just suffering from the spamathermia, and those companies called data brokers do not care. All they care about is selling his personal information and making billions selling it to marketers and scammers. Oh no,
Right.
oh no. Come on, I got you. Aura is an all-in-one digital security, and with Aura, you're gonna get alerts if your personal info is found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for credit and banking, 24/7 monitoring
Reading
to
it
help
off the
keep
body.
your identity secure, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and more, and US-based support available around the clock if something goes wrong. I totally memorized all that and didn't write it in the snow.
Scott, how did you write it in the snow? Is your lettering tinted in the snow, Scott? Is there some yellow tinting around your letters?
So how does it make you feel that these companies are making billions selling your data? No, it makes me feel just so mad. Ow! Ice is sharp. Ugh, I need a Band-Aid.
Yes, it is.
And you need to swing over to Aura.com/Kentucky or click my link in the description down below and get 2 weeks free. And during that 2 weeks, you will find out where your personal information has been exposed and sold. Again, a big thank you to Aura for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it. So we are all set up and ready to go. We have two 16-inch blocks of 10% clear ballistics gel made by Clear Ballistics. And then we have a level 2A vest on a 5-gallon water jug. I'm using 2A body armor because I figured that's probably what most law enforcement was wearing back in the early 90s. And we're gonna start out with 9mm. This beautiful gun is a SIG P211 GTO, and I'm loaded up with 2 rounds of 9mm black Talons, and these are 147 grain. We're gonna take one shot at the soft armor, and then we're gonna take one shot at the ballistic gel, inspect, and then move on to the next caliber. Body armor is first. Woo! All right, now the ballistic gel. Oh, I have to get real low. Here we go. Ah. Getting old.
Nice. And you notice the Talons did not pop off. You notice it came clean through. There may be some fragmentation here and here. It's hard to say from the angle, but generally speaking, I don't know. I don't think the Talons may not have detached. It's hard to tell from the shot.
Okay, well first, let's inspect the body armor. Also keep in mind, this is an old vest.
And vests do have expiration dates.
And we did not make it through the vest. So it stopped the 9mm black Talon. Now let's look at the gel.
Way to clean channel.
I'll be honest.
I would have expected if it had petals that would peel off upon impact, I would not have expected the wound channel to be that clean.
I'm a little surprised right now. I thought we would stop in the first block, but if you look right here, we went all the way through the first 16-inch block, and then we stopped in the second block, so that's probably about 18 inches.
And from the top down, I'm seeing no petal separation. This looks clean, and this looks intact. So, yeah, it looked like it stayed together. And yes, like vests do, expiration, words are hard. Bulletproof vests do have something of an expiration. The more that and this is going on, bulletproof vests, the quote unquote expiration on is based upon where. Because you have to remember, bulletproof vests are made of fibers, and when they are being worn especially by law enforcement, there's constant flex and relaxation. So I'm not referring to the ceramic, I'm not referring to the ones that have like trauma plate into them. I'm talking about just the Kevlar fibers. It's not like when when I say expiration, it's usually it's expiration based upon wear and tear. Because, when a vest is worn, it's getting bent, it's getting flexed. You have you have UV exposure. UV exposure can weaken Kevlar over an extended period of time. So that's what I'm referring to when it comes to like a quote unquote expiration date on vests. Police officers usually have their vests rotated out. I could be wrong about this. I want to say that police officers usually rotate their vests out every 3 to 5 years. I could be wrong about that, though. I think it's 3 to 5 years, but I could be mistaken about that. But yeah, it's because of that reason. You have environmental exposure, hot and cold, from the potentially hot and cold from different seasons, flex. Okay, they have a 5-year manufacturer recommended service. Thank you, Biocle. Yeah, so about 5 years, and it's because through exposure, through use, the tensile strength of the Kevlar fibers can break down. And if it breaks out too much, the Kevlar will no longer be sufficient in terms of its structural integrity to properly to be able to reliably stop a bullet from, getting through. So there it is.
About 18 inches of penetration. So now I know you want to see the round and see the black Talon. But I'm going to take a few more shots before I start tearing through these blocks. Up next, we're going to be using a 40 Smith & Wesson, and this beautiful gun is a Bull Armory SAS-2 Air, and I'm loaded up with 2 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson black Talons, and these are 180 grain. All right, armors first. Here we go. Oh my goodness, that's not a good sign. Now let's see if we can hit it in the gel. Here we go. Oh, stay in. Yeah, we caught it.
There you go.
Well, it looks like we have sprung a leak. I'm not sure if we made it through the vest or if it just popped this 5-gallon water jug.
I think it was kind of high
because this is soft armor. Let's see here. Oh, that hurt for sure, but we did not make it to the vest. Level 2.
So sheer pressure.
Level 2A. Well, make it to the vest. Level 2E. Level 2A. What was that? Level 2A. Level 2A armor is made to stop up to 40, and I believe 357 Magnum. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section down below, but it did stop that.
Okay.
But as you can see, it still probably would have cracked your sternum. Black Talon.
Yes.
For the 40 Smith & Wesson Black Talon in the gel, you can see that we almost made it through the 16-inch block. It actually stopped about 2 to 3 inches shy of making it through the block. 9mm penetration.
It's not a question so much of being stronger or weaker. It's literally just, the caliber of the fire. 9mm, it moves faster. So it obviously had deeper penetration into the block, but the 40 has larger surface area, so it hits a little harder because you have a larger surface area striking the vest, which is probably why it it showed that impact against the water bottles. You just have more. You still have a high velocity projectile, but it has larger surface area, so therefore, yeah, you're getting a more energy dispersion because of the slightly larger surface area.
Traded deeper. I expect this next caliber to blow that armor and that ballistic gel into the next county because we're using the Lord's caliber 45 ACP.
There we go.
Are 45 black Talons, and they are 230 grain, and we'll be using a Glock 21. Okay, here we go. Body armor is first. Woo! All right. Now we will shoot the gel. Here we go. We caught.
Nice. Yeah, that's about what I expected. That is about what I expected.
First, we are going to inspect the body armor. I don't believe
I've seen a bulge in that armor.
Through. And surprisingly, well, no, this is kind of cracked. We are leaking a little bit, but we did not make it through the vest.
Nice.
Hopefully, this getting wet doesn't cause this to be weaker for our next calibers. And then in the gel, we caught the 45, and surprisingly, the 45 ACP penetrated deep.
Now, here's with this upper, because he was higher, we can kind of see it. You can see how the round kind of flowered. You notice you can kind of see the talons sticking out here. And this is the purpose behind black talons. When it impacts, it flowers like this, and you have these talons sticking out that flare out from the round upon impact. And you can get a better idea of, what they're designed to do on impact and the kind of damage that they're supposed to cause.
Deeper than the 40. I'm going to switch these blocks around now so we have a fresher block up front, but let's dig out these rounds first. Okay, about got the 9mm out of there. Oh, there it comes. There it is.
There it is. Yeah, look at that.
Is pretty cool. I mean,
and you can see the way it hooks. That's why they're called black talons, because imagine that impact if a person was to get shot with those. Imagine that those hooks tearing through flesh and organs. That would be, it would be a nightmare. It would tear up the insides horrifically. It is. It is basically a very nasty hollow point. And you can see where they got the name from. Wow.
Very uniform expansion, and those are some sharp little petals. I mean, they are sharp.
Yeah.
Black talons. Okay, I'm actually pretty impressed with that. Let's get these others out. There's 45. Look at that. Wow. That is pretty nasty looking.
Yes, it is.
That is cool. Ow. I actually kind of cut my finger a little bit on that. So maybe them being sharp and dangerous for surgeons, that could be, I don't know, partially true. I don't know.
No, not at all.
Okay, and now we have...
Surgeon would be handling with his hands.
And as you can see, it also expanded very uniform.
That one, wow, okay, the petals, so this one, the petals look like they flattened out. So unlike the other one, the petals on this one, unlike the other two, the petals flattened out on impact. So it wouldn't have like torn up the insides as badly as the other two.
Very uniform and looks really good. So far, the folklore about...
No, Fishy, I'm aware that surgical gloves can be cut. The fact is, a surgeon would not be removing a bullet from a human body during surgery with their fingies. They would be using forceps or they would be using tweezers, depending upon the size necessary. And the media was saying that surgeons were cutting their fingers trying to remove black talons from victims, which is incorrect because that's not how surgeons operate. They never do it. They never remove things with their hands.
Black talons being armor piercing is not true, but I will say they are very sharp. And
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're not removing the chunk at the time. And no surgeon will remove a foreign body from within a human body with their fingers. They will always use tools. It may depend upon what tool they choose to use, but they will never use their hands to remove a foreign body from within a person's body. It does not happen. That literally never happens.
Piercing is not true, but I will say they are very sharp and they will cut your fingies. I am very excited to try out this next caliber. This is 10mm. I have a Nighthawk custom 10mm.
God, that's a big boy.
2 rounds of black talon, 180 grain 10mm. Body armors first. Get a little low in a fresh spot. All right, now the gel. Gotta get low. Here we go.
Oh God, is it behind the exit channel there?
First, I hit down here. Let's see.
Okay. Grips. Well, I dearly love and appreciate your expertise in the surgical field. I love you for it. I'm not talking about taking a dildo out of someone's ass that lost it up inside the anal cavity. It's not like I'm expecting you to go in there with the forceps for meal. It's not like I'm expecting you to go up there with the salad tongs used for. Oh, for God's sake, stop it! If it doesn't have a flare, don't put it up there.
Oh, it stopped it. Stopped the 10
No,
mil.
it stopped it.
And I think because this thing is already cracked and has some give, we don't have any new spots here. I'm kind of surprised, actually. But stop 10 mil. Now let's take a look at the gel. And looks like 10 millimeter made it through the entire first block, but stopped just shy
right
of the
in
second
between.
block. I bet this thing will just fall out of here. Now it's right there. See if I can just go ahead and, oh, that's sharp. It's like popping a pimple.
Yeah, that one. Oh, that's a nasty looking one.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's nasty.
That is pretty interesting. Real good.
You know what? Like that would be nasty, but you know what? When you look at it head on like that, it looks kind of beautiful. When you're seeing it head on like that, it's actually kind of beautiful when you look at it like that. Do you know what it kind of reminds me of? You know, my fellow elite commanders will recognize this. It kind of looks like a Hydra. It kind of looks like a Thargoid Hydra. With the way that the petals stick out, it legit reminds me of one. It reminds me of a Thargoid Hydra.
Pretty interesting. Real good expansion. Very uniform. These things look nasty. I will give them that. Up next.
There's online stores that make quote-unquote flower art of federal HSTs, basically modern versions and stuff. Really? That's kind of cool. That's honestly kind of cool that somebody does like art like that.
Next, we're going to step it up to 357. This is a Kunin 357 Magnum 1911, and I'm loaded up with 2 rounds of Black Talon 180 grain 357 Magnum.
Well,
I think
here we go.
Be pushing the limits of this vest. Like I said, it's 2A, and I believe that 357 is about as far as it will go. Let's see.
And it's also been
Here we go.
abused and it's old, so this might punch through.
Here. Oh, okay. And now we will hit the gel. Here we go. Oh.
Yeah, I think the armor had about as much as it could take.
That 350 be kicking. We are losing a lot of water.
Yeah.
I'm curious if we made it through the vest. Like I said, it is old, it's wet, it's compromised. Ooh, I think we did.
Yeah.
That right there does not look promising. Maybe, I don't know, it may have stopped it. Only one way to find out. Let's take a look at our water
Oh, that
jug.
looks like a distinctive hole.
Yes, it's a Microtech. That's why I bought it. Nope, there is no bullet in there.
Oh!
None at all. So the vest did catch the 357 Magnum, but
you're gonna be hurting.
That still would have hurt real bad. Let's look at the gel.
Oh yeah.
357 did not make it all the way through the block, about 1.5 inches shy. Up next, we have the iconic Desert Eagle made by Magnum Research, and this is chambered in 44 Magnum. And we are loaded up with 2 rounds of Black Talon, 44
absolutely
Magnum,
a crack a rip.
and these are 250 grain. I went ahead and flipped the vest around so we have a fresh side. We're gonna take one more shot at these 2 blocks and then change them out for our next caliber.
This one might be dicey. This one might be dicey.
Uh-oh. Almost forgot my ear pro. That would have been bad. Yeah, my ears would have been ringing for weeks. Body armor first. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna say that probably went through.
Yeah.
That was weird. Okay, ballistic gel, here we go. Oh,
Good hit.
let's have a look.
Solid. Ooh, wow, look at that channel.
Okay,
That was solid.
let's look at this armor.
No, it definitely no.
feeling we made
The
it through
two-way
that
width
time.
now.
This vest is
And-
not rated.
and he didn't think it
44
would.
Magnum. Shoo, well,
Did it?
I don't think it's rated for 44 Magnum, but it still stopped it. It did not
Nice.
make it through. That is surprising.
That's impressive.
Huh. All right. Punched a real nice hole in this 5-gallon water jug just from the sheer force. Let's take a look
Yeah.
at the gel. Looks like 44.
The fact that the energy transfer is strong enough that even if it didn't make it through the vest, it punched a hole through this. Oh yeah, you're getting broken ribs. You are 100% getting broken ribs, depending on the strike point, broken sternum. Honestly, I would not be surprised if the energy transfer was enough to maybe sort of cause some, potentially speaking, where it struck, maybe even some internal bleeding just from rupture. Like if if you get hit like in the upper chest area, upper left or right chest area, yeah, you could have a potential rupture of your lung just from that energy transfer alone, potentially speaking. It could, like, it could interfere. It could throw you into an arrhythmia. Certainly possible. It's just you see, like the damage that's being done on this water bottle through a bulletproof vest. Yeah, it could. Now, bearing in mind, if it had a trauma plate. The trauma plate would have gone a long way to preventing any kind of issues in terms of like injury to the heart, because the trauma plate does cover like the heart area, so that trauma plate would absorb it. It was some knock the fuck out of you, knock the wind out of you. But if it's like just pure 2A soft body armor, yeah, there's a risk of internal injury there. Absolutely.
Let's take a look at the gel. Looks like 44 Magnum went through the first block and then made it about 2 inches into the second block. That is actually very interesting because the 9mm made it about that far or a little bit further. But the 44 Magnum did dump a lot more energy and create a much bigger wound channel. Let's dig these two out of here. Here it comes. Oh, yeah. This is the 357. And wow, that is actually really cool. Look at that. That is so uniform. It's perfect. It's like a deadly little flower. And here is the 44 mag. Oh, almost lost it. Yeah, that's pretty gnarly.
Oh God, that would suck.
That's cool. All right, I think that's the winner of the coolest looking black Talon today. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. But again, the black Talons have failed to make it through the body armor. Even the 44 mag did not make it through that vest. But this next caliber, I'm pretty sure is going to blow through it. 2 new blocks. Black Talon. Our last black Talon today is going to be a 30-06. This is an Ohio Ordnance Works H-Car, my favorite 30-06. And I have a 20-round mag loaded up with 2 rounds of black Talon 30-06, and these are 180 grain. I am very curious to see what these do to the gel and the vest because I have never seen them before.
What I'm curious about is what the round is going to look like when so long as it doesn't do a full penetration through both gel blocks. I'm really curious what the flowering looks like on a 308 after it's been with a black Talon. Like, because you gotta remember, like the round is much slimmer than all of those pistol calibers. So what is the black Talon gonna look like flowered out of a much narrower rifle round? I am legit really curious. Or sorry, 30. Sorry, I said 380, didn't I? Yeah, 30-6. Sorry, it's fucking flipped them around for some reason. Yeah. So I hope that the gel captures it because I would love to see what the what the impact or what the flowering effect looks like on this round.
Vest is up first.
Goodbye.
Definitely went through that. And now let's shoot the gel. There we go. Golly!
Die. Into the table. Oh, into the table. I might have ruined the flower. It farted. Did you see it? The block farted. Wait for it. Look, it's farting. The block's feeling a little bit gassy. It's feeling a little bit gassy is all. Hang on. God, look at that expansion. Look at that energy expansion. Holy shit.
Blasted out the ass of the table. It completely blew its ass out.
Oh, yes. Oh, look at that. And then, of course, Kasploosh. Kasploosh. And then, of course, the ripple. The ripple. And then it starts farting. And then we start seeing the farting. It had some bad Taco Bell.
Oh yeah,
I hope
also,
he can get the rounds.
The final shot was brought to you by SDI. And if you want to get your start in firearms technology, be sure and check them out. There's a link in the description down below. Let's check out our vest first. I guarantee you that it went through the vest. And yep, we have a nice little hole right there.
We
went through our...
You know what? I am surprised that the hole is that small. That honestly surprises me with a black Talon that the hole is that pinprick sized. I would have expected it to be a larger exit hole with the black Talon flowering out.
Right there. And then we went through our water jug, it looks like, and then hit the back of the vest. Whew, golly. That is a lot of power out of that 30-06. I think the vest may have stopped it on the back side. And then as for our gel, this is quite the wound channel. That is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And then we went into the second block, but it looks like we shot out the bottom. If you take a look here at this wound channel, you can see that it's a pretty big wound channel. And unfortunately, we lost the round. But I am not satisfied with that. I want to see what an expanded 30-06 Black Talon looks like. So I'm going to shoot it one more time. Black Talon!
Yes! Hey, what did it? Wait, did it go through? Hold up. Did it go through? Hold up. Oh, there's the flash. Wow. Did it flash before? No, okay, there's the collapse. Hang on. I don't think it went, it may not have gone all the way through. We may be lucky. We may, this could be the round right here. Potentially speaking, this could be the round ejecting. It is. That's it. That is the route. That's it. Hang on. That's the route. Hang on. I'll show you. I can see it. Hang on. That's the round right there. That's it. That's it. That like I thought, that was the round. It came out Hang on. That's the round tumbling out right there. That's the round tumbling out. You can see it. See, there's the flash. That's the flower. That is the flower right there. And then, hang on, it bounces. Give it a second. It bounces up. This is still it right here. There it is. There's the flower. You can see it flowered out right there. Look at that. So Scott should be able to find this. If it doesn't land on the table, it's gonna be right around the table. But you can see it flipping around here. I think it's behind the gel block. I think it may have landed right behind the gel block, so I think he may be able to see it. Oh, that was cool. That was so cool looking.
So again, we had another massive wound channel from the 30-06 Black Talon. Blew through that first block,
right
hits
there.
the second block,
right there.
Goes through the bottom or the side, I'm not sure, and somehow it is magically laying here on the table. I would say that the 30-06 Black Talon was definitely the most potent round today, but what do you expect? It's a 30-06. So what did we learn about?
Oh, whoa. Okay, so there's some 30. So the talons don't hook out on this one. It looks like the talons fold back. The talon. So there's your close up. So so instead of the talons hooking like all of these, it's purely folded back. You can see the petal right there. The petal's folded back in against basically the shaft of the bullet itself. But it's still like. The colors on it make it look so cool. You don't have like the steel core like these. It's just open and it's just the coloring of it looks so cool.
So what did we learn about Black Talons today? Well, I learned that all of the lure around this mythical ammunition is just that. It is false. Except the part about them being sharp. They are very sharp, but a lot of hollow points have sharp edges once they expand. Fun fact, the Black Talons were actually never banned. That is also a myth. They were discontinued by Winchester in 1993 due to all of the bad things being said about the rounds, but they just rebranded them to the Ranger SXTs. They took the black coating off of them, and I believe they only offered those to law enforcement. I hope you learned something today. I had a ton of fun testing out this ammunition. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future awesome content.
I'm helping!
A nifty Kentucky Ballistics Holy Cow t-shirt. Be sure and click the link in the description down below.
I'm helping!
That is a really tough table. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, we did my
Holy shit. That was awesome. It was so cool. Stop it. Stop making fun of my third arm. That was so cool.
If you're down to raid a stray tonight, Kanito is live on Twitch.
Giga started a new company for streamers. I
saw.
Tweeted it to you on X in case you want to look into it.
I saw it. I did see it. I saw it. Huh. That was so awesome. Seeing the Black Talons when they were fully flowered like that. Again, they were like surprisingly beautiful when they were flowered out. Really, they were. And holy crap, I can imagine them doing a lot of damage.